Hey, so did you get home safely after all of that?
Yep. Thanks for checking in on me.
Well, I am officially your boyfriend now, right?
Right. Still feels so surreal that you asked me out, though. I didn't know you thought of me that way.
Hearing you say that makes me nervous all over again. My heart was pounding like crazy.
Glad it didn't explode out of your chest in that case. But I'm glad you asked me out. I already told you this, but I always thought you and I would be just friends.
I'm still surprised you thought you were out of my league. I thought the pressure was always on the guys most of the time.
Oh, please. The reason why I thought you were out of my league was because I'm your typical average Jane. Nothing about me really sticks out.
That's not true at all. I fell in love with you the moment I saw you. You can have confidence in your looks. There is no need to doubt yourself.
Well, okay. I mean, you did ask me to date you after all.
And that's not the only reason I asked you out. You're always so hardworking and nice to everyone around you. I didn't see any other reason why not to ask you out.
Okay, you can stop now. Well, I guess I should let you go. It's quite late. But just know that I can't wait to spend more time with you.
Same here. Did you know our little girl started going out with a guy?
What?
Yeah, she told me she has a boyfriend now.
Well, I'm sure it won't last. She's still young after all. She simply needed someone to pass the time with. I doubt he's the kind of man that I actually want her to marry.
Yeah, from what she's told me, he's not exactly noteworthy.
Typical.
Don't worry too much about it. I plan on having her marry one of the men I work with. I'm sure she wouldn't mind the fact that he's a few years older than her. But she definitely won't have to worry about money for the rest of her life. I'm sure she'll come to her senses knowing how much he makes. I'll leave her be for now. Thanks for having us over, Dad. Not a problem. It was nice seeing Sophie for the first time. She really is a kind soul, like you said. So, when are you going to ask her for her hand in marriage? Dad, we've only been going out for a few months now. I feel like it's way too early for that. If you say so. I plan on being able to provide for her before that. Very realistic of you. So, how's school going then for you? I'm doing well enough that I should be able to find a job right after graduating. Very bold of you to assume that these days, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I heard it's quite the challenge. But I'm gonna face that challenge head on. Since I have my parents who are very supportive of me. And it's nice having one more person I love to also cheer me on. Glad that's the case. Hopefully you do get what you want. Just let me know if you need any help. You know, Mom and I both don't mind paying off your college debt. If anything, it's more realistic that I do that for you while it's not a giant snowball. It's okay. I plan on paying all of it off on my own. Both of you have already done so much for me. I don't want to burden you any longer than I already have. We never thought of you as a burden, so don't feel pressured about it. Thanks for saying that. I can't believe that we are finally out of school. It felt like forever.
I know.
I'm just glad I got a job to get into right after graduating.
You achieved what you wanted to do. It's not easy finding a job right away these days. So, congrats again.
Thanks. But yeah, so I guess it'll take you a while to find a job, huh?
I suppose so. But I can't just sit around doing nothing, so I'll see if I can get a part-time job at least.
Aren't your parents paying for everything for you?
Yes, but I don't want to depend on them forever. Besides, I have a feeling they aren't so fond of me going out with you.
Right.
So who knows when they'll stop giving me money. Plus, I would like to be able to support myself.
Well, that's admirable of you. I hope an opportunity comes to you soon.
Thanks. Even if it's minimum wage job, I'm willing to take it. Beggars can't be choosers, after all.
Oh, you'll be surprised how many people think otherwise.
I know, but I'm not going to be the kind of person who thinks the world is at their disposal. Gotta stay humble and do what I can, you know?
I'm really glad I'm dating someone like you right now. Oh, you want to meet up to celebrate? I'll take you out for a dinner.
Sure.
And don't worry about splitting the bill like usual. I really want to treat you as a gift.
Well, all right. I'll make up for it by getting you something as a gift.
You really don't have to. But I'll look forward to it.
Did you get in contact with the man who said they'll give Sophie a job?
Yes. She said she can come anytime to start. So I'll get in contact with her. It's a couple of states away from here. But I'll provide everything she needs.
Well, of course. She's our precious daughter. And having her move away will finally get that annoying kid off her back.
That's my intention. But she's gonna be upset if we outright tell her that. So I'll see if I can persuade her. How's that job search going?
Not much progress so far. I guess it's something to be expected these days.
Nonsense. Don't let that discourage you from finding a good job. In fact, I found someone that's willing to hire you.
Oh, that's great.
You just need to take a short flight there. And you'll start working immediately.
Hold on. I don't really want to move away.
I get that you want to be close with your parents, sweetie. But you must learn to be independent. Don't worry, though. I plan on paying for your ticket and covering the moving expenses. I'll even help you pay the rent until your first paycheck comes in.
That's really great, but that's not what I want to do. I want to find a job on my own. I don't want to rely on you too much. You even just said yourself that I need to be independent.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean I can't support you as your father.
I really appreciate the thought, but I think I'll do what I can for now.
Boy, you better convince Sophie to take on a job offer. I would think that she would have if that's the case. She's told me she's been applying where she can. That's not what I'm talking about. I found her a job, but she's refusing to take it. I don't see how I can convince her if she's already refused it. Can't you take a guess, dimwit? She insists on not moving away because of you. You need to tell her that she should chase her dreams and break up with you to do so. I really would rather not do that. I respect her decision, and I don't see how I could convince her if you couldn't. I can't believe I just wasted my time. Fine, I'll do whatever she wants for the moment. But you better not tell her anything about this conversation. Hey, how's life treating you? Things are going okay. I'm surprised by the fact that I'm actually making a decent dent in the student loans. But there's still a long time to go to be completely debt-free, I guess. I'm still willing to help you pay that back, you know? Oh, you've done so much for me already. I couldn't accept it. I would like to think it's more logical to not pay interest on this more than you have to. Even so, you still have yourself to take care of as well as Mom. If anything, I feel bad about not being around to help you guys. No, don't say that. We don't expect that from you. We're happy enough with the fact that you bring Sophie with you on occasion. Oh, thanks. She's a really nice girl. When will you be settling down with her? Your mom's been talking about how much she wants grandchildren soon. Really? I didn't know Mom was thinking about something like that. Considering I'm the only child you guys had. That may be true, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't want grandkids. So, how's it really going with her? I'm thinking about it. I would rather propose to her by the time I've paid off all the debt. But who knows how long that would take? So I'm thinking of asking for her hand in marriage when I'm down to a debt amount that feels acceptable. In other words, not for the next little while. No, don't put it like that. I'll do my best. Yeah, we know you will, and we're proud of you. Just don't stretch yourself too thin. At least your mom seems to be relieved by the fact that you have Sophie to take care of you. I honestly can't thank her enough. Would you at least consider moving in with her soon? That would be difficult. I've been thinking about it as a solution to save money on some bills. But things are much easier said than done. Doesn't she want to move in with you? She doesn't seem like she would mind, but it's her parents that would be against it. I see. Not much you can do about on that front, I suppose. Yeah. They're already quite upset with her for not taking that job opportunity that they had for her. Oh? What made her reject it? She said that she didn't want to rely on them too much. Yeah, I guess I can see that. But these days, you're lucky to even have a job right after graduating from college, right? She didn't like the idea of moving away a couple of states either. No, I see. I think she values me more than her parents. If her parents were strict, then maybe that is the case. Yeah. Anyways, I have to go. Oh, sorry for taking up your time. No, not at all. I'm the one who texted you. Just know that we're rooting for you. Thanks.
Thank you for taking me out. It really was a breather. Things have been so hectic lately.
I'm just glad that you got a promotion to work full-time.
Well, you did take me out to celebrate that. I'm just glad I got a job in the field I wanted to work in without any help.
By that, you mean your parents, right?
Yeah. So, another thing. They've been also pressuring me to break up with you.
Wow, really?
Well, they didn't say it to my face, of course, but kind of hinting at it, you know? Telling me how there's this guy that's a millionaire doing this, blah, blah, blah. Only to imply that I should consider dating him.
I see.
Don't worry, though. I have no plan of ever meeting any of them. You're the only man for me. We've been together for so long. I can't imagine my life without you at this point.
Thanks for saying that. Does that mean you're willing to tie the knot with me?
I don't see how things won't go that way at this point.
I am so happy that you said that. Though, as much as I would like to make this official, I'm not sure your parents would be very fond of it.
Yeah, I had a feeling they weren't too fond of you. But they haven't said anything to you, have they?
No, not at all.
All right. I'll also try to keep things low for now. And I'll keep making myself clear that I don't plan on seeing other men besides you.
Oh, thanks.
Though, I kind of made things awkward, didn't I?
What do you mean?
You probably wanted to propose to me in a more romantic manner, and not over text like this.
Oh, don't worry about it. And I'll definitely have a surprise for you ready.
All right. I'll look forward to it.
Hey, hope you're not too busy this weekend.
Not at all. What's up?
It's been a while since we really got to go on a date, hasn't it?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Both of us are so busy grinding away.
We haven't really had the time to see each other lately, have we?
Not at all. We barely had time to just say good morning and good night these last few weeks.
So why don't we go out?
Is there somewhere you wanted to go? Things have been so hectic, so I didn't really have time to think about what to do in my spare time.
You can say that again. But yeah, let's take the time to forget about it all for once. Even if it's just for the weekend. I'm sure that we both need it.
Sounds like a plan. Hey, thanks for taking me out again. It was really fun. I didn't know there was a campsite just a few minutes away from the city.
I was surprised too. Honestly though, I was worried that you might not like the idea.
Well, it sure was different. But surprised me in more ways than one. You have no idea how speechless I was when you brought out a ring out of nowhere.
Glad you like it.
When did you manage to get this? It's so pretty, thank you.
I hope that my intention got across.
Please, I'm not that dense. And not like I forgot what you told me a few years ago. But you really didn't have to get me a diamond ring. I would have been fine with a simpler wedding ring.
Well, you know what they say about getting the girl of your dreams a big diamond ring when you're gonna propose to her. So I got what I could at the moment. Sorry I couldn't get you anything better.
Don't say that. You went beyond what I could ask for. I'm more than happy right now.
I hope you're not disappointed by that.
Not at all. It's the thought that counts. Plus, you really didn't have to do the whole corny getting on one knee to ask for my hand in marriage. I feel like people want those things to happen for their entertainment. How we feel about each other is what matters more.
Thanks for saying that. But I still feel like I had to. Thought my heart was gonna burst there.
Jeez.
Though, one thing I have to mention is that the wedding will have to wait. Oh, sorry for being such an incompetent boyfriend.
Don't say that. Again, I am simply happy you want to settle down with me. I know you're working hard. Don't worry too much about the wedding. In fact, I wouldn't mind just registering us for marriage for now and have the wedding when we can afford it.
You really mean that?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. But I'll still try to get it to happen before we make it official.
All right, if you say so. Just don't push yourself too hard.
I won't. Hey, Dad. Can you take a call right now? Not exactly, but we can talk over text if it's something urgent. Oh, I wanted to talk to you about Sophie, but I can call you later if you're busy. Hold on a minute. So, what is it? You all good? Yeah, so what's this about Sophie? You guys have been together for a while, so it must be urgent if you want to talk to me about her. I decided that we should get married, and she said yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, congratulations. Oh, thank you. No wonder you wanted to call me about it. But just know I am happy for you. Did you tell your mother about it? Not yet, but I'll call her too later. Good. So, this is kind of awkward to bring up, but I'm thinking of having a wedding. That sounds totally normal. Yeah, but it's probably not something I should spend money on right now, right? Right. They probably cost quite a bit these days, don't they? Unfortunately, yes. I'm balancing my budget as best as I can, but I'm honestly not sure if I should have it now. What did Sophie say about it? She said she doesn't mind not having a wedding until we're ready. That's the realistic solution to the problem. But I want to have it. We're not going to be young forever. And I want to leave us something to look back on when we become old. Yeah, I get what you mean. So, it's a bit embarrassing to ask, but could you help us out? Well, of course. I'll talk to your mother about it later. But I'm sure she would want to hear the good news herself. So let her know first. I will. And thanks, Dad. Not a problem. Hey, so I got back from my dad. He said he's willing to pitch in about $6,000 for our wedding.
That's really great. My dad also got back to me about it. He also gave me similar numbers.
That's really great.
I'm glad everyone's helping us.
But it's really something I should afford on my own, isn't it?
Oh, don't say that. I know you work really hard. Plus, I'm not just gonna sit around doing nothing while you do all the work.
Oh, I can't thank you enough. I'm really glad that I've met someone like you.
Don't get too sentimental on me now.
I'm sorry if you had to go and ask your parents for money, though.
Oh, that. Well, I was against the idea at first. I'm sure you remember that.
Yeah, we got into a fight because of it.
But it seems my parents have opened up to you. Considering how they're willing to send me some money. The reason why I was against asking them for money in the first place is because I was scared they might ask me to do things in exchange. But I'll let you in on a secret. I have some cash at my disposal.
Seriously?
Yeah. So if my parents ever start bringing it up, I'll just simply give them the money back.
That's reliable.
Plus, it's not like we're throwing a grand wedding of the century or anything.
Still, even a small wedding costs a small fortune these days.
That's why I said I was okay to push the actual wedding until we can afford it.
Right.
But you also convinced me that it's something we can look back on when we grow old. So I figured, why not? Most importantly, I really don't want to argue with you ever again.
Again, I can't thank you enough.
But yeah, let's look forward to it instead of feeling down about it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event after all.
All right. I hope the wedding plan is going as well as you told me it would. Yes, please don't worry too much. Good. I'm surprised you want this to happen. Like heck I do. You have any idea how much it hurts me to allow her to marry someone like you? She could have had a better job at a different state and marry a man who could afford to get her anything she wants. But she had to settle down with you. I don't see how you're complaining here. I'm not complaining. The only reason I agreed to this is because I can't say no to her. Her mom's also upset at me because I couldn't shake you off of Sophie. Geez, sorry, I guess. How dare you talk to me like that? You better be thankful here. The fact that Sophie fell in love with a beggar like you. I would like to think that I'm more than the average guy. Then how can you not afford a proper wedding for Sophie? Do you have any idea how heartbroken I was when she told me that you'll be having a small wedding? I want the world to know my daughter is getting married. Then maybe you could pay for a bigger venue for us. Ugh, don't get cocky. I would do that if Sophie was marrying herself, maybe. But not all the money I give her now ends up in her pocket. So don't expect me to pay for everything. Of course. Now, you better not tell her about this. Or you won't be getting anything from me. I just sent the money to your account. Can you check it later to see if you got it? Sure, thanks, Dad. Not a problem. It's my one and only son's wedding after all. I'm just glad that we could be of any help. Not to mention your mom, of course. She told me we should be giving you more than just $6,000. No, it's already enough. And I can't thank you both enough. I just wish I didn't have to ask you guys to help. Ugh, I feel so pathetic, to be honest. Don't say that now. It's not like you're just sitting around doing nothing. We both know you work really hard. Remember how we said we wanted to help you pay off your debts? You never came back to us about it. So please, just accept what we're sending you now. Okay, thanks. Besides, you can't just afford these things these days. It definitely was easier for us when we were your age. But things have simply changed, that's all. Do you really mean that? Of course. Heck, I wish I made what you make right now. It would have made my life even easier. Some fellas around my age seem to go on about how you guys can't afford anything because the kids these days are lazy and all that. But honestly, houses didn't cost millions of dollars back in my day. You would think they were trying to buy a mansion if it cost that much. Right. So you don't need to feel bad about yourself. Things will only change and we have to adapt somehow, right? Oh, thanks. Hey, sweetie, how are things going lately? I'm sure you're busy with all that wedding prep.
Yeah, it's keeping us busy at the moment. But Alan and I are both doing our best.
That's good to hear. Have you chosen the wedding dress yet?
The fitting won't be for a while. I need some time to lose weight before that, so...
Just where are you supposed to lose more weight? Don't tell me that boy you're marrying is telling you to look like sticks.
Not at all! It's really for myself. It'll be the last time I can fit into a tight dress. Plus, could you not refer to Alan like that? I thought we went over this already.
I just don't think that you should marry a boy that can't even afford the wedding on his own.
Dad, please. Things aren't the same as when you were young. And it's not like he's the only one asking for the family's help. There are many couples who ask their parents to help.
I know. I was just hoping you would have chosen someone more independent.
Please, you're making it sound like you want me to become a gold digger.
I would never.
You're the one who tried to make me into one.
What are you talking about? I don't recall anything like that. You marry whoever you want, and I will support it.
You really mean it?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just ask that you don't say bad things about Alan in that case.
Fine. You have my words.
Thank you.
In fact, I'll send you that money right now. How much did Alan's parents send you?
They gave us $6,000.
I'll top that and send you $10,000. That should prove that I'm not against you marrying him, right?
Well, I suppose.
If you need anything else, you can tell me. Do you see all of this? Consider it as a wedding gift from us. Oh, thank you. But there is something. I already sent Sophie $10,000 the other day. So I believe it's only fair you cover part of the costs. But you said that this is a gift. I wouldn't be asking something like this if you were covering the entire wedding cost. I heard your parents gave you $6,000. So send me $4,000 to make up for it. It would only be fair that way. How would it be fair if my parents had to contribute more? Were you not reading? I said you had to cover it, didn't I? I would, but the whole reason why we had to ask for help is because we're tight on money. There you go again with that. Maybe you should have settled for a girl that's on your level. One that wouldn't mind settling for a beggar like you, huh? In case you forgot, you're the one who said that we should have our wedding now rather than later. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? I want to see my daughter in a wedding dress while she's still young, not when she grows old. I want to be alive and around to see that happen, you know? I took up a side job to see if it would help. Good to know you're not lazy at least. I'll pay you back as soon as possible. You better keep that promise.
Did you get home safely?
Yeah, I got back earlier and I was just chilling.
I have to say, you look much thinner than I expected.
Well, I'm glad I'll look good for the wedding.
No, I mean it in a concerning way. Aren't you losing too much too quick?
Well, we have to scrape in everything we can, right? So I took on a part-time job.
On top of your current job?
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that much.
I mean, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't be doing it.
I'm just worried about you, that's all. If this wedding is causing you that much stress, we can postpone it. Again, I'm totally fine not having a wedding until we're in a better financial situation.
Don't worry about it. I'm doing fine. Besides, I needed to lose some weight, didn't I?
Yes, but losing weight because of stress and overwork is not a healthy way to do so. Are you getting enough sleep?
Yeah, I am getting those 8 hours every day.
Are you having enough to eat in that case? I don't mind coming over to make food for you when I can.
That sounds great, but I don't want to be a burden.
What do you mean? It's something I'll be doing for you every day once I move in with you. Or could it be that my cooking doesn't suit your palate?
Not at all. Everything you make is great.
I was just teasing. But okay, I'll try to stop by when I can.
You have to work too, though.
It's okay. I'm not overwhelmed with work that I can't even cook for the man I'm in love with.
Thanks for saying that.
I don't want you to collapse, that's all. I'll make sure to take good care of you when I can.
Just a quick update. The doctor said my weight loss is not something to be concerned about.
Oh, that's great. But you really did look like you were becoming too thin too fast.
Well, we're on the right track, I guess. Unless, of course, did you want me to have some weight on me?
I don't care how you look. You'll always be the Alan I fell in love with.
Thanks for saying that.
You really aren't pushing yourself too hard, right?
Not at all. Plus, things should also calm down after the wedding. So I'm sure I'll just end up being back to my initial weight.
Well, alright. I'll stop by later to check up on you.
Okay. So, what should we do about housing?
It would be nice to find a new place to move to. What did you have in mind?
Is moving into my place an option? There won't be any issue with having you move in here?
It's definitely an option. It would be one less bill I have to pay every month.
I promise we will move into a new place in a couple of years, though.
Well, you have kept your promise all this time, so I can definitely see that happening.
I swear I'll make you happy. I may not seem like a man that's worthy of marrying you, but I'll prove that I am.
Oh, please, don't say something like that. If anything, I've been insecure about how I wouldn't be someone you deserve.
How could you say that? I don't have high standards or anything.
You're always working so hard. I know you're an honest and diligent person, and that is why I fell in love with you in the first place. You don't have to feel like you need to prove something to me.
I don't know. I feel so pathetic right now. Having to ask our parents for quite a big sum of money, and I can't even provide for the woman that I love.
Hey now, you don't need to feel pressured. We're making progress. And once everything is over, we can thank our parents by paying back.
I guess we can do that.
I'll say this again. I love you. I don't care what happens. All I want is to have you by my side.
Thanks, I love you too. How dare you move in with my daughter? You're not even married to her yet. It was her idea. Still, you should have told her to wait until you two are actually married. We're gonna marry soon. Plus, I think it's only logical. It's less money going out as rent. That's not what I want to hear. It's bad enough I had to send more money than I anticipated. But you're living with her already even before you tied the knot. Do you expect me to just call it all off? Well, who's to say you won't? I love Sophie and I wouldn't part with her. You better keep those words. I have to say, this is the smallest wedding venue I have ever seen. Well, this is what we could afford with the money you gave us. I don't need you to tell me that. Anyways, you better not make it look like we aren't getting along. I am honestly creeped out by the fact that you had a grin on your face. Huh, typical kid. It's called simple manners. Weddings are something to be happy about. So I'm willing to blend into the role that I'm being asked here. Not that I'm happy about it myself, of course. But we have hundreds of eyes of acquaintances and relatives today. You really know how to put your mask on. The most important thing is that my daughter is happy. Yeah, you seem to care about her a lot. Of course I do. She means more than anything in this world. As much as I hate the fact that she's marrying someone like you, I respect her decision more than anything. Well, thanks, I guess. Whatever, just hurry along and get ready. And remember not to tell Sophie about any of this. No need to tell me twice. Hello, sorry I have to text you like this right before the wedding.
Oh, not at all. Are you running late?
Oh, no, we made it. Thought I should let Ellen know we're here. But I'm not getting any replies. So I thought I should let you know we're here.
He's probably busy. He's the groom of this wedding after all.
Well, in case I forget to tell you this, a thank you.
Oh, I'm not sure what I did to deserve that.
We're grateful that you're marrying Ellen.
Please, if anything, I'm the one who should thank you for letting me marry him.
You really are a great person. I'm so glad he met someone like you.
I just hope I can also live up to your expectations.
I would like to think we're not expecting anything. We just ask that you have a happy life with him.
Don't worry. I'll definitely make sure he's happy.
No, but don't forget about yourself. I'm sure he can't be happy if you aren't.
That part has already come true. He's been looking out for me and taking care of me all these years. If anything, I think it's my turn to return the favor. I'll make sure we're both happy. You have my word.
Thank you. I should probably let you go now, right?
The wedding ceremony should start as scheduled.
Great. See you in a bit then. Good morning. Have things settled down for you at all? Things are still quite hectic, I think. We're gonna get our marriage registered today. I guess you really have been busy. It still feels so unreal, though. I can't believe that I'm a married man now. It's an interesting feeling. Are you getting used to living with Sophie? Well, we did live together for a bit before the wedding. Oh, right. So I really don't notice anything different. I see. But it does put a different perspective to it, I guess. Knowing that I'm officially married to Sophie. As long as you're happy. Oh, I think I can certainly say that I am the happiest man alive right now. I see. Okay, well, I still need to get to work just as you do. So maybe I'll chat with you later. All right, have a nice day. You still have payments to make. When will you get that lazy butt of yours moving and make money? I already sent the money for this month. Sure, but I was expecting you to pay me back in lump sum. It's kind of hard to do right now. Only a few months have passed since our wedding. It doesn't have to be cash. You can send me these things instead. All those things would cost more than the money I owe you. Ever heard of interest? You're lucky I'm not charging you interest on the money you owe. That's quite a bit harsh, don't you think? What? Banks can do it, so why can't I? I would appreciate it if you don't add it on top of the amount that I have to pay you. As long as you keep all of this covered from Sophie, then I won't. That's something you don't have to worry about. She doesn't know that I've been sending you money. At least you know how to keep promises. Speaking of, though, was that really the best that you could afford? I sent you a whole 10 grand here. The wedding venue seemed like it was in the dumps for the amount that you've paid. It was Sophie's decision to have our wedding there, since we're on a tight budget even with the money you sent us. Plus, we only had close family members and close friends. So we weren't exactly renting out somewhere huge. Whatever. What's been done is done. Just keep up with the monthly payments. But just know we would definitely appreciate it if you pay it back ASAP. Sure. Care to explain what this is? Is that my cooking from a few days ago? Exactly. And you apparently shared it with Sophie? What's wrong with that? The fact that you call that cooking. You should be on one of those cooking shows and have a guy like Ramsay yell at you. Now, they're not that terrible. No. I can't have my daughter eat whatever garbage that you call food. I talked to Diane about this. From now on, she'll be making food and dropping it off for you two. Be thankful she's making you anything. You really don't have to take it this far. No, but I will. You have no idea how heartbroken I was when she was just skin and bones at the wedding. You must have forced her to look like that. And you just couldn't let her be free even after the wedding. That is not true at all. Plus, we had a doctor monitoring us in case we were losing too much weight at once. That means nothing. From now on, Diane will be cooking for you guys. She'll be over this weekend with her cooking for you guys. That's really unnecessary. No, it is necessary. It's bad enough you can't make enough money for her. I can't have you make my daughter starve on top of it. That's not what is happening, though. Diane will be in contact with you shortly. At the very least, she's willing to make what you want. So be thankful to her.
There's something I need to ask. Did you cook these?
Oh, did you not like them?
It's quite different from your usual cooking. I actually couldn't finish it.
Diane came by. She dropped those off for us.
Wait, really? Well, that explains the difference. But still, this is quite shocking.
Was it that bad?
So, how should I put this? My mom's not exactly the greatest cook, so we had takeouts most of the time. The fact that she cooked for us is shocking. But the fact that her cooking hasn't improved at all is also shocking.
That bad?
But anyways, I'll tell her she doesn't need to bring us anything. Hi, Mom. When did you stop by at our place?
Oh, you know, I made too much food that day, so I thought I should share it with you guys.
When you don't exactly live that close to us?
Well, it just shows that I care about you guys, doesn't it?
Well, I appreciate the thought, but you don't have to. We both take turns making food, and we don't really need you to pamper us.
Nonsense. You will always be my little girl. I'll provide for you when I can.
I really do appreciate it, Mom. But I wouldn't be so against it if cooking was actually your forte.
What are you saying? Is my cooking that bad?
I'm afraid so. You never really cooked for me and Dad, remember?
How could you say that? I am so heartbroken right now.
But I was doing most, if not all, the cooking around the house by the time I was 14. You really didn't have a knack for cooking, Mom, so you don't have to do it from now on.
I can't believe this. I will stop by whenever I feel like it. You can't stop me.
Mom, please.
Hey, there's something I need to tell you. I would rather have this conversation with you in person, but I know you're busy right now.
What is it? Doesn't sound like you just want to ask what I want to have for dinner.
Yeah, I wish it was something more lighthearted. But it's about your parents.
What?
Yeah, it seems like I'm bringing them up out of the blue, doesn't it? Could you take a look at this?
What is all this? Is this really my mom and dad talking to you?
Yeah. This has been going on for quite a while.
I think you mean a long time. I didn't know my dad was harassing you like this. Plus my mom too? Why didn't you tell me sooner? I mean, I knew they weren't too happy that I chose you to be my husband, but this is just absurd.
This is about your parents after all. I didn't really want to make you worry.
What do you mean? I wouldn't have just let something like this go on if I knew. In case you need me to clear things up, I am married to you. You're just as important, if not more, than my parents.
You really mean that?
Of course. I don't think I can consider my mom and dad as parents anymore after finding out all this. How much does my dad still want from you?
A little over $1,000.
Okay. I'm gonna get that money prepared. Pay him off, and we can say goodbye.
Are you sure, though?
Of course I'm sure. I don't want anything to do with him after you've shown all the conversation you had with him. Not to mention the fact that he's asking you to pay back the money. When he told me it was a gift, I'm honestly dumbfounded right now. I knew I shouldn't have relied on them for money.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize. I thought it was a bit odd that you wanted the wedding. But the fact that he admitted that he had a mask in front of others, including me, when he was abusing you like this? I promise your dad on our wedding day that I'll make you happy.
You said something like that?
Yeah, and I'm willing to keep that promise.
I just sent the last remaining amount. Oh? Where did you get the money from all of a sudden? I think I said I'm working part-time on the side, right? I figured I should pay the rest in full since you've been nagging me about it. Need I remind you that you're the one who owes me money? How dare you make a remark like that? I doubt the work you did was anything decent to make a quick buck.
That's enough, Dad. Alan doesn't owe you anything, right?
Hold on, is that you, Sophie?
Yep. Your former daughter.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that just as is. I won't consider you as my father anymore.
Why would you even say that? This better not be some kind of practical joke.
Oh, it certainly is not a joke. I can't believe you were talking to Alan like this even before we married.
I was simply looking out for my daughter. Was that so bad?
Yes. What you're doing is just outright terrible. And now that Alan doesn't owe you anything, you have no problem with us cutting ties, right?
You can't be serious.
Just watch me.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you. Sorry I have to leave you like this. Well, it's something you and Sophie decided. You're both grown adults. No one should have a problem with it after you've explained your actions. I just hope you two won't have too much on your hands. Well, the whole reason both Sophie and I weren't doing so well is because I had debt. But we've been saving up. And our savings finally matured, and we could take the money out. You certainly didn't have to drop us money. We're simply paying back the money you lent us for our wedding. And you remember what I said, right? Yeah. You guys were actually saving up until now so that you could afford both a wedding and to find a new place to move into. The fact that you two did it in such a short time in this day and age is quite an achievement. Be proud of yourselves. Oh, thanks. Tell us where you took our daughter to. I'll have you know we'll report you for kidnapping if you don't. Really now? A married couple moving away is something the law enforcement needs to be concerned about? Just tell us where you are, and you won't have to worry about it. No, I don't think I will. I've already paid you the money we owe you. And Sophie said that she's not related to you and Diane anymore. In fact, I believe she wrote you a letter. What? I'm sure it'll arrive soon. Look forward to what she has to tell you guys. It took some time, but we managed to settle down in our new place. It seems like a nice neighborhood, and everyone is friendly. As for Sophie's parents, the word has it that they're in complete disarray after their own daughter told them that she'll cut ties with them. I understand that they were simply looking out for their daughter, but what they did is beyond harassment. They're the ones who should be thankful I didn't get the police involved. In any case, we have no plan of ever seeing them ever again. As for me, I was simply transferred, so I got quickly back to work without an issue. Sophie ended up being jobless again, though. But she had saved up quite a bit. Apparently, she even feels nostalgia from having to start looking for a part-time job like back in the day. So she doesn't feel so stressed about it. Eventually, she managed to get back into the field that she used to work in. It's been a whole year since we moved here. We're also expecting a new member in our family soon. Sophie and I just wish our newborn would grow up to be healthy. And we certainly don't intend to control our kid like Sophie's parents did. They'll be free to choose to marry whoever they want. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share the video to your friends, and get notified for more content like this by subscribing to the channel.